Well, we always look forward to an opportunity to spend some time with our friend Katherine Timpf from National Review. And guess what? She's up early, on the line, ready to go. Katherine, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
Pretty good.
Now, we're going to discuss a politically correct Christmas. And, Scott and I have our gift list and all of our decorating schemes laid out in front of us here. We want to make sure that we're not in violation in any way, shape, matter, or form.
Okay.
Now, Riley and I give each other gifts around Christmas time. Would it be appropriate for me to give him some sort of beer-related gift? Usually, that seems okay, but I want to make sure we're on the up and up.
No, some people would say no. There was a piece out there titled Secret Santa Sexism, Why Are We So Keen to Reinforce Gender Roles for Adults at Christmas? And it's saying actually that if you get a guy beer, you're just saying like he's nothing more than like a blank-faced man who likes booze like all men do. This blogger named Gloss Witch, I guess that's what she calls herself, said that's, she's cross-stitching a map for a dude instead, even though she has no idea if he wants some cross-stitched. I would rather have beer myself.
At least to stomach the cross-stitch afterwards, sure.
Right.
Now, if we're getting presents for the females, well, let's just say the girls, the little girls in our lives, nieces, daughters. Barbie has been adjusted. She's now more anatomically average, I guess you'd say. But am I to understand that she's still not the way that she should be?
Well, there's a new Barbie that was created to match the proportions of an average 19-year-old girl. It's called Normal Barbie, but a lot of feminist internet is still upset. Tracy Moore from Jezebel, she said it's upsetting to her still. She doesn't want to buy it for her daughter because although you can purchase separately acne, freckles, cellulite, moles, all these other kinds of flaws like on the doll, it's the fact that you can purchase them separately is like saying that freckles and cellulite are optional, and it's like, really, it's just more like I don't think all the little girls out there want to sit around and put acne and zits on their toys. They don't do with it. But I think that's just fine. So.
Mrs. Potato had a whole new...
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, that unsightly something or other sold separately.
Yeah.
Now, right. you point out, too, and one of my favorite things of the whole holiday season, I love these with a fiery red passion, and that's gingerbread men. Right, yeah, you shouldn't call them that. Calling them gingerbread men is sexist because men. There's actually a deli out in Australia where they're selling genderless organic vegan gingerbread figures. So they've covered all the bases there to make sure nobody's offended. So those are the most politically correct cookies I've ever heard of.
Wait a sec. Are they gluten-free?
Right. There's no word on that.
Oh. Well, and here's my question, Catherine. I've been served gingerbread men by a variety of different people over the course of my life. Not one of them has ever been anatomically correct to begin with. So how do you make them genderless when they don't seem to have the package to begin with?
Right. Well, they're genderless because they're cookies. All cookies are genderless because they're cookies. So.
Sure, that's just what the man wants you to think.
I guess I've bought into the system and I don't even know it.
Katherine Timpf with us from National Review. You can find all of her stuff at nationalreview.com. Before we move off the Christmas theme onto the Tortoise story, which is incredible, you also posted one on Friday. The University of Maine banning Christmas decorations, but they want to make clear that they have not banned Christmas decorations. What's the story there?
Well, they sent an official school email saying that all kinds of Christmas decorations were banned, like candy canes were banned. You were allowed to have plain trees, but no lights on the trees and no presents underneath the trees. And this, of course, went huge. People saying, "Are you kidding me?" And then the school sent out another email saying, "We welcome every faith to tradition." Of course, we didn't ban anything, but they did. So I don't know.
Catherine,
the guy sent out that email out of an abundance of caution. Be extra careful because apparently, candy canes are dangerous.
Well, after you
sharpen them down,
they get sharp.
You can. That's the old prison trick. You whittle that thing down to a sharp point yourself. Sure.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
Katherine Timpf with us, National Review, nationalreview.com. It's Riley and Scott here on WROK. All right, this one from last week is you tend to find these stories which are hard to believe, but this one you promoted as, and I think delivered on the promise. This is perhaps the most outrageous one you've had since starting over at National Review. These gopher tortoises in Sarasota, Florida. What's happening?
Well, they're called gopher tortoises because they actually burrow in people's yards, and since they're a threatened species by the state, you're not allowed to touch them, move them from your house. They won't help you relocate them, even if they're actually eating around the foundation of your house. You can go to jail for a year if you get caught touching them, even if they're actually eating your house.
I don't think any other species is afforded that sort of protection. I believe in most places, if something is eating your home, you are allowed to attack it.
Right, well, exactly. Well, I talked to one guy who actually didn't want to be named because he was so scared of fish and wildlife. But he said that he called and said, hey, these turtles are eating underneath my house. And they said, well, we can give you an educational brochure, and if you want some coloring pages to learn more. So they offered him a coloring book, so that they can try to like the turtles more. I don't know. I would have been probably throwing a temper tantrum on the phone. I don't know what he did, but...
Wow.
Katherine Timpf with us. You can follow her on Twitter at KCTimpf or nationalreview.com for her stuff. Now, I saw someone tweet you and say, well, just remove them. No one will find out. And didn't I hear or read in your piece there's actually a hotline and a reward system if you know of someone who have moved these turtles?
Yep. There's actually a 24-hour hotline and an email, and you can get up to $1,000 for tips that lead to arrests for people touching these turtles. So, the neighbors are actually motivated to tattle on each other, and my source told me that it's definitely happened where I've seen Fish and Wildlife knocking on people's doors in the neighborhood. It's to the point where he has nightmares about SWAT teams busting him.
Now, what about this conundrum? What if your playground equipment is welded down because it's too dangerous, but the turtles chew off the weld, making it loose again?
You know what? I have no idea.
See? Yeah, there's a mind bender right there. We just import some of these things to New York. We could have a field day with that.
Well, obviously, you still can't touch the tortoise, so you're just going to be re-welding.
That's
you're
right.
not even allowed to go 25 feet near the tortoise or its burrow. So re-welding, yeah.
25 feet. I'd have to move out.
If the tortoise is burrowing under your home and your home ends up collapsing, or not collapsing, but ends up sinking into the ground, and you destroy these burrows inadvertently, can you be charged? Can your house get a damage?
Yeah. Even if your house is already damaged, you still need to go through this whole process where you get approval, and then you have to take a class, and then you're allowed to move them to another area of your yard. Even if they do eat the house, you can move them after this huge process, and then only to another part of your own yard. Under no circumstances are you allowed, or is there anybody else available to move them to another property?
I was just going to think, that's perfect for that neighbor you don't care for anyway.
Yeah.
But no, you can't drop it off on his deck and then run back to your house giggling. All right. See, this is why you want to go to National Review. You want to read Katherine Timpf's stuff. She finds stuff that other people just don't. We enjoy reading it all the time. Katherine, thanks for your time this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
Take care.